You ever drive down a road so dark that it feels like the world just ends past your headlights? That's what it felt like that night. I was driving back from visiting a friend who lived way out in the countryside. It was late, around 2:30 in the morning, and the road I took, called Hollow Road, was one of those narrow country lanes barely wide enough for two cars. No street lights. No houses. Just trees pressing in from both sides, their branches forming this kind of tunnel that swallowed the light from my car. I remember turning down that road thinking, this was a bad idea. The GPS had lost signal miles back, and I hadn't seen another car for almost half an hour. Just me, my headlights, and the sound of gravel crunching under the tires. That's when I saw her. A woman. Standing on the side of the road. At first, I thought she might be a hitchhiker. Her clothes were white, but dirty, like she'd been walking for a long time. She wasn't waving or anything, just standing there, facing the trees. I slowed down, rolled the window down a crack, and called out, "Hey! Are you okay?" Nothing. She didn't move. I felt this chill run down my spine. Something about her posture was just wrong. Her head was tilted slightly, like she was listening to something in the woods. Then, without turning around, she said, and I swear to God I heard this, "Don't stop." Her voice was low. Flat. Like it came from deep inside her chest. And then she turned her head, just her head, toward me. Her face was pale, her eyes wide and glossy, like she'd seen something horrible. I hit the gas and drove off. My heart was pounding so hard I could hear it over the engine. I looked in the rearview mirror, and she was standing in the middle of the road, just watching my car disappear. I tried to shake it off. Told myself maybe she was drunk, or hurt, or maybe my eyes were just playing tricks in the dark. But the thing is, I kept driving, and after a few minutes, I saw her again. Same woman. Same white clothes. Standing by the trees. I slammed the brakes. There was no way. I hadn't turned around, I'd been driving straight the whole time. I felt sick. My hands were shaking on the steering wheel. I didn't even stop this time, I just swerved around her and kept driving. My mind was racing. How could she be ahead of me? Then the radio cut out. The static came through so loud it made me jump. I reached to turn it off, but right before I did, I heard something through the static, a whisper. It said my name. Clear as day. I froze. I hadn't told anyone where I was going. I hadn't even said my name aloud since I got in the car. Then the lights flickered. The headlights dimmed, and for half a second, everything went black. When they came back on, she was in the middle of the road again. Closer this time. Her face was completely blank, her eyes milky white. She was just standing there, her mouth slightly open, like she wanted to say something but couldn't. I swerved to avoid her and nearly went off the road. My car hit something, a bump, maybe a branch, and I spun out, finally coming to a stop in a ditch. I sat there, breathing hard, trying to calm down. When I looked up, she was standing right outside my window. Her face inches from the glass. I screamed and hit the gas, but the tires just spun in the mud. The car wouldn't move. Then she started knocking on the window. Slow. Steady. Each knock making my whole body tense up. I fumbled for my phone, turned on the flashlight, and that's when I realized something terrifying. The inside of the glass was fogging up. From the inside. There was breath on it. But I wasn't breathing that hard. Someone else was. I turned my head toward the passenger seat, and for the briefest moment, I saw her reflection in the glass. Sitting there. Right next to me. I don't remember screaming. I don't remember climbing out. I just remember running through the woods until I saw a light. It was a gas station. I must have looked insane when I burst in, covered in mud, shouting that someone was following me. The clerk called the police. When they went back to my car, there was no woman. But the weirdest part? The police told me Hollow Road had been closed for almost 20 years. Apparently, a woman had been hit and killed there by a drunk driver back in 2004. The driver had panicked, lost control, and crashed into a ditch. He died too. They said no one drives that road anymore, it doesn't even lead anywhere. It's fenced off miles back. But I drove it. And when I got home later that night, I looked at my car in the driveway. It was scratched up, muddy, and the back window, it had a single handprint. Pressed from the inside. You ever have a night that feels too quiet? Like the air itself is holding its breath, waiting for something to happen? That's what it felt like the night I lost her. It was raining, not heavy, just that soft kind of drizzle that makes everything shimmer under the headlights. I was driving home after picking up my girlfriend, Emily, from her mom's house. We'd argued earlier that day, something stupid about me always being late. I promised her I'd make it up to her with dinner, but by the time we left, it was almost midnight. We decided to take the back road, the one that cuts through the woods. She always said she liked it because it was peaceful. I used to tease her, telling her it looked like something out of a horror movie. That night, I wish I hadn't taken that road. The rain made the asphalt shine like glass. The wipers squeaked back and forth, and all you could hear was the sound of the tires on wet gravel. Emily was quiet, staring out the window. I could feel she was still upset. "Hey," I said softly. "You know I didn't mean to snap at you earlier." No answer. Just silence. I reached for her hand, and she pulled it away. The guilt hit me hard. I turned up the heat a little, trying to shake off the chill. Then, out of nowhere, the radio cut out. Static. Just this sharp burst of noise that made both of us jump. "Must be the storm," I said. But then I heard something through the static, a voice. Faint. A woman's voice whispering something I couldn't quite make out. Emily frowned. "Did you hear that?" I nodded slowly. Turned the radio off. The silence after that felt heavier. A few minutes later, as we rounded a curve, the headlights caught something in the road, a shape, right in the middle of our lane. I slammed the brakes. The car skidded, tires screeching, rain spraying up like mist. There was someone standing there. A woman, soaked from the rain, wearing a long gray coat. Her head tilted to the side. Jesus, I barely had time to react. The car spun. The lights blurred. And then, impact. A loud crunch. Metal bending. Glass shattering. Everything went black. When I came to, the car was in a ditch. Steam hissed from the hood. My chest hurt from the seatbelt. I turned to my side, Emily's seat was empty. My voice cracked. "Emily?" The passenger door was open, swinging in the wind. I stumbled out of the car, calling her name. The rain was freezing. My flashlight barely cut through the fog. Then I saw her, standing in the road. Not Emily. The same woman we almost hit. She was facing away from me. Her wet hair stuck to her neck. "Are you okay?" I shouted. She turned her head slowly, and my heart dropped. It was Emily. But her eyes, they weren't right. Too pale. Too empty. She just stared at me, lips trembling, whispering something I couldn't understand. I took a step forward, and she stepped back, disappearing into the fog. I ran after her, calling her name over and over until my throat burned. But she was gone. I don't remember much after that, just lights, sirens, and someone pulling me out of the wreck. They told me the crash was bad. I'd hit a tree going nearly 60. When I asked about Emily, the paramedic just looked at me. He said, "Sir, there was no one else in the car." I didn't believe him. I saw her. She was right there beside me. But when they showed me the photos, the passenger side was crushed. Completely caved in. No one could have survived that. They said she died instantly. The impact. But here's the thing, every night since then, I still drive that same road. Same time. Same rain. Because sometimes I see her. She's always just ahead of my headlights. Sometimes she's standing by the curve where we crashed. Sometimes she's in the passenger seat reflection, looking out the window, just like she used to. I don't say anything. I just keep driving. Because for those few minutes, it feels like she's still there. And that's the only peace I get anymore.